Drive safe. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the third exit.
All right, good evening from Washington, Olympia. This is Jonathan Tapp with the Kenworth T680 with the PACCAR stuff, and
Exit now.
so we're gonna start right there. So
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
so in fact, and, I will have the details for you guys in just a bit. So.
Here we are, safe and sound.
The business for Swiss and presentation. So we're going to start with tomato soup for Campbell's. So the business for Wyoming. So Riverton, Wyoming. So so let's go get that. Go for a ride.
Hit the road. Let's do this. Get ready to turn right. Turn right. At the roundabout, take the third exit. Exit now. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left. Okay, here we go. Keep left. Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. Go straight on. Please, make a U-turn when possible. Go straight on. Keep left, and then turn left.
This programming sponsored by Central Market, celebrating
left.
Bastille Day with hundreds of French wines and cheeses, charcuterie, freshly baked French butter croissants, madeleines, and more. More at centralmarket.com.
I talk about this in the book, but like where we have so much access to people, but yet we don't know anything about them. So I would argue that we went through a period where there was a little bit too much information. There was a lot of people commodifying themselves to go viral, which I definitely participated in. But now we live in this kind of strange land where I don't really know how anyone feels about anything.
Well, and now everyone has gone viral, and so everyone's sick.
Beyond
Virality,
like we got the viral loads
negative.
Profound. Yeah, it's like we need. Yeah, the viral loads are too much.
Social media fame is an antibiotic-resistant disease.
Beyond.
Rerouting.
Hey, if you're just now joining me, I'm here with writer, producer, and actor Ryan O'Connell. Ryan's new book of essays is out right now. It's called Inspiration Porn. You call that era of internet, quote, the personal essay industrial complex.
Yeah.
I think that we now live in the video essay industrial complex.
Oh my God.
And part of me wants to say, well, you know what? We did it our way back in the day. We wrote too much and confessed too much. I cannot get mad at Gen Z or Gen Alpha for talking to a camera all day, every day, because it's just a different version of the personal essay. But here's what I think is the difference that makes one perhaps more fulfilling than the other. Before you would put your personal essay online, you would spend time with just yourself and a laptop, thinking your thoughts and refining them.
Yes.
And I think when you are in the midst of the video essay industrial complex, you lose that pre-work time of self-reflection because you just start with the camera on.
Yes.
But I wonder your thoughts on this, comparing the personal essay industrial complex to our current video essay industrial complex.
No, I mean, I think you're right. I think that they're very, very different mediums. I think they do actually very different things, even though it's, well, just because I think you're right. It's the personal essay was solitary. It was you with your thoughts, figuring out what you wanted to say, and there was a real method to it.
And I might not ever know what Ryan the essayist looks like.
Yeah.
I might not ever see you. I might not ever conceptualize your physical presence as I read this thing.
Yeah.
But with the video essay, immediately it is filtered through what you look like, what you sound like, how you hold your body.
Well, the video essays, I'm going to be honest with you, my algorithm feeds me crazy things. Like here are the things I see, and I can't help but think it's absurd, even though it's like, I'll have someone be like, here's what I eat in a day as a fat girl. Like that's one of them. Here's what it's like to go to brunch with no arms. Here's what it's like to go through life with herpes. Like, it's like literally like, it's like, I mean, it feels, I'm sorry, I'm not being critical. It's absurd. Like, to have that be the first thing that you see, I think it's just like this flattening of the self. It's like so interesting. It's like putting a magnifying glass on one aspect of your personality and hoping that one aspect can become a viral. And so it's just so strange to me. I don't quite understand it. I feel like it's above my pay grade, or maybe I am too old to understand it. And it is also just kind of funny and weird. It's just weird. I never thought, I would see a video saying any of those things.
Yes. What advice would you give to someone right now fighting in the trenches of the video essay industrial complex? Think back to Ryan 10 years ago, fighting through the trenches of the personal essay industrial complex.
God.
As a survivor of that, what advice do you have for folks doing the video version of it now?
I mean, I think that, like, I made so many concessions to hit my, daily quota of posts. I was tied to my ability to produce traffic. I wanted to be the best boy. So I wanted to be the top performer. You have to understand, I'm a type A Virgo from hell. So I love being the best boy. Especially being disabled too. You're just always wanting to triumph over adversity and prove people wrong. And so I think, like, I did things and I wrote things that I cannot stand behind, or that I think were bad, and it was all because I wanted to be on that hamster wheel of getting the top post of the day. And so I think that for anyone kind of doing a version of that in the video essay boom is to really just think about why it is that you're doing what you're doing. And I do think it's important to have a value system that you can always return to. And your value system and your work should talk to each other. They shouldn't be sectioned off. Do you know what I mean? And so, like,
I like that.
Yeah, like, I think that people, you know, turn themselves into the Container Store. They have parts of themselves that do not speak to each other. So I think it's very, very important that your value system is integrated into the work that you're producing.
All right, time now for a break. When we come back, Ryan O'Connell shares his golden rule for making it in Hollywood and in life.
Support for Houston Public Media comes from Discovery Green, presenting Kicks and Coffee, featuring pickup soccer games and skill exercises for all ages, Saturday mornings throughout the summer. More information at discoverygreen.com.
We are down to the final stretch, and your support matters more than ever. 1 year after federal funding was rescinded, listeners across Houston have brought us 85% of the way to our resiliency fund goal. Now $650,000 remains. Your gift today helps close the gap and keeps trusted news, local voices, and public media here for you. Give now at houstonpublicmedia.org/donate or call 888-909-0887.
Support comes from Art House Houston, presenting filmmaker Wes Anderson in person, benefiting an Arts and Film Center at the historic Garden Oaks Theater, Friday, July 17th at the Hobby Center for the Performing Arts. Details at arthousehtx.org.
I'm Maria Hinojosa. Next time on Latino USA, the coca leaf from illicit status to indigenous origins.
I learned that there's a whole international movement to destigmatize and decriminalize the plant.
Hay que hacerlo con mucho respeto.
Outsiders, non-indigenous folks, have to approach coca leaf traditions with a lot of respect, he says.
That's next time on Latino USA.
Sundays at 7 p.m. on News 88.7.
Hey y'all, it's the Sam Sanders Show. Let's get back to my conversation with writer, producer, and actor Ryan O'Connell. You probably know Ryan from his Netflix series from a few years ago called Special. It was based on Ryan's experiences as a gay man with cerebral palsy, navigating life and dating and friendships and independence.
I had cerebral palsy.
What's that?
It's a disability in the brain manifested through muscular incoordination.
Ryan's out now with a new book of essays called Inspiration Porn. It's full of musings on disability, sexuality, family, fame. We've been talking all about Ryan's writing process and his experiences working in Hollywood. All right, let's get back into it. You know, you made your show Special.
Yeah.
A Netflix hit.
Yeah.
And it was all about being gay and disabled at the same time.
I know.
Groundbreaking.
I know. Well, intersectionality matters.
There we go. And just thinking about this conversation now about disability and seeing people for who they are and accepting them. Since Special hit Netflix years ago,
Keep left.
do you think the industry, the biz, Hollywood, is better or worse when it comes to this kind of stuff?
I mean, it's the worst I'd ever seen it. I mean, Hollywood is in a really, really bad place. Now, here's the deal. On a good day, Hollywood is scared, bear-driven, partial to making safe choices. On a bad day, it's frozen, like beyond belief. And it's literally like, Bob's Big Boy, is that anything? Hungry Hippos, is that anything? Hollywood also always metabolizes the wrong lesson. For example, Barbie's a huge hit because it's, it's unique, it's a strong female voice, it's Greta, and they're like, oh, I know, it's about the toy.
Like, no, what if it's about women?
No, literally.
Yeah.
It's insane. And it's like,
same with, like, the lesson from Sinners is just like, let black people do what they want.
For sure.
It's going to make you some money.
It's beyond.
The lesson from Heated Rivalry.
I know. But can I tell you something? I think that when something like that pops off, I mean, you could not feed that to Daddy Algorithm. Algorithm would be like,
not at all.
No. And so I actually think that I would guess that when something like that is a hit, it almost makes them angry because
them being these,
like this
crop of top level executives
the Ralphs
who don't have a creative bone.
No, not at all. Not at all. And they're relying on the algorithm to tell them what's good, and they really somehow always miss the point, which is that what makes something such a huge hit, and the point of art, is giving people something that they did not know that they wanted.
Yes.
And the element of surprise is
and
always
specificity, which is
beyond. The element of surprise and also, like, I've been at the front lines of this business. You know, I came into this business during the golden age. It's what allowed special to get made.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, what happened is that, you know, streaming was not as profitable as people claimed. It was kind of like we were selling people a bad bill of goods. And then when the contraction happened, it made everyone who usually was spineless become even more so. And now we live in a world that's not being reflected back on TV and film. That's why people are choosing to watch Reels and TikTok, because it's more democratic and it's more representative of the world that we live in. Yeah, it's new.
It feels new
and refreshing and interesting and weird and whatever. And it's like everything on TV. Well, most things on TV to me feel like we've become an island that gets things 10 years late. It really is a bummer because we live in such rich, interesting times, and I think art could really serve a purpose to be a balm, and instead we're getting Monopoly the movie. And I hope it changes, because I think we're going to cannibalize ourselves into irrelevancy if we're not careful. I think we're already doing it.
I agree. So much of the young creative energy I'm seeing is not coming through the traditional Hollywood channels.
Not.
It's on YouTube, it's on Reddit, it's on TikTok.
Yep.
Does that just become Hollywood, or will it be something else different entirely? I don't know.
A version of Hollywood will always survive, but I think that it says a lot that people are turning to other mediums because, again, the gatekeepers refuse to make anything that feels relevant and fresh.
Yeah.
And so when you have that, people are going to always seek out those things. Always. Because people are going to always want to be entertained. They're always going to want to see themselves in things and always want to see life being reflected back at them or whatever. So we're going to get it. It just might be through a different route. But obviously it's been my bread and butter for 13 years, and I really believe in it, and I believe in its ability to still make things that are meaningful. Like, I just saw Maddie's Secret, John Early's movie.
I need to go see it.
It's fantastic.
I'm hearing so many great things, and I've been obsessed with John Early since
forget it.
For My Denim.
Yeah, he's beyond. He's so singular. The movie is so strange in a beautiful way, very camp, very queer, but also very sincere and moving. And it's like I watch it and I'm like, I can't believe this got made. What a miracle. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And even movies like Obsession and Backdoors, Backrooms. Oh my God. I haven't seen them yet, but just like the fact that these are from young filmmakers who got their start on YouTube and made something that felt fresh and different. It's like, yeah, babe, this is the future. But what's also happening is that the people in charge are really old, no offense, and they don't want to relinquish power. I mean, you have to understand, back in the 90s, studio heads were 30 years old. Like, they were young.
Yes.
But now they don't want to vacate their job. And so, like, you have a lot of people making decisions that are very out of touch. They lived in the canyon for too long. They've lost reception. So, that's also a problem with it. And so, yeah, anyway, I could, like, literally give a TED Talk on it because I'm living it every single day. You know what I mean?
If you were in charge of this industry, and you could make a rule that everyone had to follow, what would your first rule be?
I think it's about, like, look, the reality is that people will always want to see slop, okay? Like, Minecraft the movie, like, made $1 billion. Like, there's room for slop.
Yes, and you know what? Parents need to just let their kids sit somewhere for 2 hours and watch Minecraft the movie.
But here's what I'm going to say. Like, here's the thing that really blows my mind. The movies now, the mid-budget movie of the 90s is gone. A lot of things existed in the mid-budget range, right? And so now you get movies that are made for $750,000, like Obsession, or you have a movie that's made for $250 million. They can't conceive of an in-between.
Yes.
And I think that
it's Supergirl or Maddie's Secret.
Beyond. And so I think, like, my first rule would be to create a more middle-class, middle-budget. Bring back the mid-budget movie.
Bring back the middle class, the middle budget.
Yes. Well, it's a reflection of
we're asking for rent stabilization.
Yeah, of course.
For the creative industry.
Of course. Because I think that the way that it's done in terms of the inequity of the financing and whatever is a huge, huge problem. And I truly don't think that those movies should be made for that much money.
All right, if you're just not joining me, I'm here with Ryan O'Connell. Ryan's an actor, producer, writer, and author of the new book, Inspiration Porn. I mean, I think so much of what I take from having consumed your work for years, being a fan of yours for years, and now being able to talk in 2 moments of distinct difference in your career, what I feel is a through line for you is that you are refreshingly candid. And you are real about sharing your life, but you're also real about turning the valve to figure out what the right calibration is all the time. The story of Ryan O'Connell for me isn't just, I'm going to share everything. It's like, how much do I want to share? How do I want to share it? Is this good for me or bad for me? What feels real? How do I, you're turning the dial, and I see it in your work, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I think a lot of people trying to make it as writers, as internet celebrities, as whatever, they're actually trying to figure out how to turn their dial. How much do I share? How much do I not? What is authentic? What is a screen? What do I want to be? What might be a piece of advice or a golden rule or a North Star you might share with someone coming up as they figure out how to turn that dial for themselves?
That's a really good question. I think that for me, I think the thing that drives me is I try to make work that would have made younger me
Keep left.
their life a lot easier. So I think even in terms of honesty, in terms of choosing what to share, I think about, would this have caused my 15-year-old self a lot less pain? And if the answer is yes, then I should do it. Or, honestly, it's so funny, talking about career and ambition and ego and failure is still very hard for me, which makes me almost makes me want to double down on it, run towards it. And so I think that, in terms of figuring out what to share, in terms of modulating the dials, I think that when you're writing something, or creating something, I think you have to really think about who you're doing it for. And I just think it's always really important to be honest. I mean, I know that sounds very, very corny, but I think
Keep left. Caution, please mind the speed limit. Find a new route.
Next to my chair.
Oh.
I didn't know she was there. I just got up to go to the bathroom. She's all curled up on her mat next to my bed. And I went, Tina, she's left it.
Oh.
Ready to roll. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now. Get ready to turn left. Turn left. roundabout, take the 4th exit. Exit now. Turn left. Keep left, and then turn left.